Hey guys, today we are creating Batprincess or Princess Batman or Batman in a pink dress, whichever you prefer. I'm starting out with 6-inch round cakes. Yep, a little on the dark side. I used the top oven instead of the bottom one, but it's all going to be carved off anyway, so don't worry. I'm trimming the tops flat and halving them in the middle with my leveler. Now I'm applying sugar syrup from my squeezy bottle. This is just equal parts sugar and water boiled together and then left to cool. It just helps them retain their moisture whilst we work on it. I'll link everything I use below. There's also a single link to a mini shop front containing all the popular tools I use in most videos. Add some ganache to a board to stick your base layer down. Add it slightly towards the back. Then fill and stack your cakes with your filling of choice. Now we want to carve the top off into a dome. Just take the edges off a little at a time. Once you have a dome on top, trim the sides down straight. You can use a dome cake for the top if you want instead. I'm just not a fan of the denser bake due to the shape. Then add your first rough coat of ganache to seal the cake in. Once that's firmed up, add your second layer. Acetate smoothers, great for sharp edges on paste and domes in ganache. You can easily bend the plastic to mould it to a curve shape. Go around the base, leaving it straight, and then curve it for the dome on top. Keep smoothing it and filling in gaps until you're happy. Once it's fully set, dampen it ready for sugar paste. Roll out some pale pink paste. This is couture white mixed with a little Renshaw's hot pink. Drape it over the dome and smooth out the pleats. Trim some of the paste off. Kinda looks like a giant pimple cake. Perfect for that annoying zit in your life. I said zit. Push the paste down with a smoother to minimise the lip and then trim it close to the base. Using a homemade smoother, yep, a ball of paste pushed between your fingers, smooth out your pimple. We are covering the board in white paste using the toilet seat method, which I've linked in the description box below. That goes into more depth with the steps. Using a Dresden tool, marking 2 lines on the front of the dress so you have a clear space to put the edge. Roll out some pale pink paste and cut the long edge straight and one of the ends straight. Fold the paste over on itself to create a pleat, like a concertina effect. Dampen down one of the lines and place the pleat over it, hiding the mark. Tear off any excess and smooth it down into the centre. Do the same with another pleat on the other side. Now mark in more lines all around the back. Dampen a line all around the bottom of the dress. Cut out a long thin strip of paste. I ran this one through the pasta machine. Stick the end to the dress and then fold the paste to make little ruffles, sticking it as you go. When you get to the end, fold the new piece before placing it on to continue the pattern. Quickly sweep around the uneven top with a scalpel to make it all the same height. This is my favourite pearl mould. If I find it, I'll link it below. Roll out a sausage of pale pink that has Tylo powder added to it to make it a bit firmer. Dust the mould and tip out the excess. You can also roll the sausage in icing sugar to prevent sticking. Place the sausage over the mould and push it firmly down into the cavity, making sure to fill each bit. Taking a sharp knife, start from the centre and work your way outwards. Rub the mould to remove any overhangs and clean up the cut edges. Flip the mould over and flex it back. The string of pearl should pop out. Add this with water to the top of the ruffles. For the torso, take some pink, also with Tylo added, and roll it into a chubby teardrop shape. Flatten it slightly and trim the narrow end flat. Pinch around the narrow end to create a waist. Then chop the chunky end flat. Mark a small line in the top of the torso and go out from the centre and up at an angle to the top. You've made bat pecs. Run a finger under the line to define it. Sit this in the centre of the dome and insert a kebab stick down the centre to hold it in place. You've seen me create easy swags before. Just taper 3 sausages, group them together and bend them up slightly. Add a swag from the front pleat to the centre of the back, chopping it down with a scalpel and smoothing it out. Add another one for the other side. Cut a thin strip from pink and chop a triangle shape from the end. Stick 2 of them down the back of the dress, joining at the base of the torso. For a quick bow, tap a piece of paste into a triangle and indent a gap along one side with a Dresden tool. Make 2 of them and join them at the narrow end. Place them together at the back and then roll an oval for the centre. Add in crease lines along the bow and the centre. For the neck, take a ball of flesh paste and start to pinch at the centre. Widen out the bottom for shoulders and chop the bottom flat. Then chop the top of the neck flat too. Push in with your fingers to define the shoulders. Snip your stick down so there's enough room for a body and a head. Slide the neck down and merge the chest with the dress by pushing the paste together. Define the collarbone with the Dresden tool and trim the neck to the desired length. Cut a sausage of paste in flesh colour and hold it up to the shoulder for size. Roll near the end of the sausage to make a wrist and also add one part way up for an elbow. With a Dresden tool, rock in 3 lines on the end to make a fist. With the fatter end, insert a hole on the side so it makes a thumb. Curl the paste over the thumb to make it look like a closed fist. Attach it to the shoulder with water and create another arm. For the sleeves, roll 2 short tapered sausages and push them together. They look a bit like lips. Stick them over the join. For his head, take a ball of black and make an oval. Rock your finger over one end to separate it and pull each bump up into a pointed bat ear. Just manipulate it and pull it to a point. You should have a soft rectangle shape with points. You can't see very well here, but I'm marking in a point on the mask. and following the shape of the face to join it at the bottom. Roll a small piece of flesh paste into a tapered sausage, flatten it and bend the ends up. Insert this in between the lines you made and pat the paste to fit. With a ball tool, mark in 2 sockets and insert white paste. Roll 2 small ovals of pale pink and tap them below the eyes for bashful cheeks. Mark in a smile line with the sharp end of the Dresden tool, and with the larger end gently push the paste in below for a slight bottom lip. Push the head down onto the neck. Using some black paint, or you can use gel watered down instead, add some to a plate and carefully paint on tiny hairlines with a fine paintbrush on the arms and chest. He's going au naturel. A bit like me at the minute due to the lack of bathroom for the past 2 weeks whilst it's being renovated. Trace your chosen age and name onto greaseproof paper. I curved my text so it would fit on the curved board. Lay your number on some pale pink paste and trace over it with the Dresden tool. It will leave an imprint you can follow with your scalpel. Same for the name in black paste. You can use your tracing to lay the letters on top so they dry in the right shape. You can even use your template again to trace down the centre of the letter to help position them on the board. Lastly, because yes, even Batman deserves a bit of princess magic, grab a Sugar Flare white lustre pump and apply it all over. Look at him sparkle, he's ready for that ballroom and his grand entrance down the giant staircase. Or maybe he will zipline from the roof, who knows. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to see what's coming up next week. Thanks guys, bye!